How are you guys doing? I've been wanting to try this out for a long time. Like to try and make some YouTube videos, and I want to make stuff and I want to design stuff in Solidworks. I want to get better at both of those and talking while I do it, so YouTube will be good for that. Talking portion, talking to you guys, feels kind of weird talking to a computer right now, but let's get into it. New to this, so I don't really fully know how to use this OBS thing as the screen recorder I'm using, but I think it's working, so I'm just gonna go and hopefully I'm not just talking to my computer. Hopefully it's recording. But anyways, go ahead and grab my Weber model here. I downloaded this off GrabCAD. It is Weber Master Touch is what I have. It is a basic kettle barbecue. And it's great, except that I don't really have anywhere to put anything while I'm working on it. Right now, I uncovered my Weber Genesis gas barbecue and use the side tables on that, and I hardly ever use that thing. The gas one, that is. I'm always on the charcoal. So it'd be nice to have some workspace for the charcoal, and this is what I'm working with. I don't have these side tables. I'm going to go ahead and hide those. What I'm doing here is hitting the tab button while hovering over the parts I don't want to see, and that just minimizes or hides them. You can always come back in and unhide them later. Again, this really isn't going to be a SolidWorks tutorial. I'm going to walk you guys through and talk through what I'm doing just to try and get better if I was going to be a tutorial. But really this is for me. I want to be better at talking through what I'm doing. A lot of times I get questions at my work from my coworkers on how to do a couple things in SolidWorks, and I'm not really good at teaching, as I've found out. I kind of just stumble through and kind of take over for them and muscle my way through it. So this is really a way for me to get better at talking through what I'm doing, and hopefully just to get better at SolidWorks in general, because I've got a lot more that I can learn from it, on it. I know I am pretty good with the basics, but play with a couple. I started to play with surfaces at the end of my last job and haven't really touched those in a year, and doing a little bit of weldment structures here at my current job. I make a lot of shipping conveyances for large, heavy parts, and a lot of reusable carts for those around the warehouse or shipping over the road. But that's, I'm kind of rambling here and not even talking about what I want to do. What I want is a barbecue table for these. There's tons of them out there. Before I hide those, okay, here's the barbecue. Let's jump on Pinterest real quick. I'll show you guys what I want. And today I am going to be modeling one of the most basic ones, and then going from there, and hopefully on a future video we'll make it a little bit more interesting, add some cupboards or some drawers and additional features. But right now I really just want a layout, starting point, put the barbecue on there, and then we'll hopefully make it better. I've been rambling a lot, I feel like. I think it'd be really cool to get feedback on the design and incorporate your guys' advice, because I am not great at design. I already know what I want, I like to take stuff that's already in existence and try and put my spin on it, but I'm not great at coming up with something from scratch, and I am by no means a great designer. So I don't know, maybe I'm just not creative enough. So I'd love to get any design input or advice that you guys have for me on either the design of the table itself or a technique that could help in SolidWorks. Go ahead and shout those down in the comments, and maybe we'll find a better way of collaborating with you guys somehow on Reddit or something. I don't know. I've never been. But I like that with the griddle on there. I want a griddle someday. Anyways, back to this. I'm thinking today we're going to make something simple like this, and we will upgrade it in the future to have a cupboard. I'd like the idea of drawers, but I don't know if my design is up to par on making this work, or even my craftsmanship when I go to make it. I'm a little bit worried that my eyes might be a little bit ambitious. I'm not really speaking very clearly, articulately. Alright, cool. You guys see basically what I'm looking for, though. Just a basic workshop table with a hole cut in it for my barbecue. So let's jump over here to SolidWorks and we'll get something basic going. This was a step file, like I said, off GrabCAD. They have tons of models on there. It can save you a lot of time from having to reverse engineer something that you've got. If it's already up there, it's free, and you just are able to download it. I will hopefully be uploading my stuff up there. I'll put a link in the description if I end up doing that. What was I going to say? This was a step file. I want to make it, save it as a part, as I like to build around a part, not to have to go back and forth to measure stuff. So let's go ahead and save this as a part. Looks like I already did that, but save this, just save over that. As we're going through this, if you guys have any other ideas for something that you'd like to walk through the design with me on, just put those ideas in the comments. This is still the step file, so let's go ahead and open the file I just saved, part file. At work, I work with a lot of step files because the design engineering team uses CATIA, and my packaging team typically works in SolidWorks. So in order to get the CATIA file over to SolidWorks, we usually save it as a step file and just import it in, and we get to deal with tons of fun little broken faces and stuff like that. If you work with step files, you know how tedious that can be. But this one doesn't look like it's going to be too bad. I am right now just looking for kind of a reference point so I can get this mated up where I want it on the planes. I was looking at this earlier, and the planes, the way it's built is kind of weird. Let me go ahead and show these so you can see what I'm talking about. It's not centered on anything. It's just kind of off the side. Nothing is centered, and if I like to build mirror features, it's nice to have your stock plane centered on your part. So what I'm going to do, I took that measurement between the wheels, and I want the, I believe, let's see, which way do I want this to face this way off the front of the table. So I want those wheels to be centered on the right plane. So I'm going to go ahead and move copy body. And you'll notice, sorry, I was trying to say something. Toolbar's gone. Go ahead and select all my body here and put my mate setting. I want a distance from this wheel to the right plane. And the stock mate it jumps to is coincident. I want standard, not standard, distance. and then I copied that distance earlier. I want half of that distance. I'm just going to go ahead and divide that by 2. Alright. And then I need to find something front to back to put this thing centered. If you see that post right there is what I think I want to do it on. But I don't know the distance, so I'm going to go ahead and accept that. Hide this so I can see it, and I want the front to back plane to be half this distance of this rod, because I think that rod's pretty well centered. Okay, that is 13.9763 blah blah blah. Copy that, so I don't actually need to remember it. And I'm going to go back in here to my body, move copy. And right next to mate, like I said. Oh man, it's hurt my eyes. So bright and blue. Distance mate from that guy. What did I say, the front plane? Divide by 2. Whoop-de-woo. Alright, let's do top view. Why did that not work? Oh! I made it the wrong direction. I need to reverse that mate. Come down in here, grab my distance 2. Flip dimension. Boom! That's what I want. Alright, and where do you guys want me to put the top plane? Looks like he has it on the charcoal grate, and I think I want this plane probably to be the top of my table. So let's bring back the shell of my barbecue that I hid there. I should do this upstairs where I have 2 screens. I think that would make my life a lot easier. Next time. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab that. Let's go into our move copy again. Let's do the top plane. Okay, do a tangent. Doesn't look like it wants to work. Maybe coincident on that edge. Close enough to the top. Okay. Where's my hidden body? Solid blink. There it is. Okay. We've got our barbecue. We've got it centered up on our planes. I don't think I need to move the barbecue anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and minimize those bodies, and I'm going to simplify my tree here. I'm going to select all of these and add to a new folder. Weber 22-inch master touch. Okay. It's just going to make it a lot easier rather than scrolling all the way through that while we're going through this build. And I am not going to use, I don't believe I'm going to use the stock wheels or mounting. I'm going to find some other way of mounting this onto my table. So let's go ahead and get rid of these guys. Ooh, I do want about the same height, though. I think I want to keep this barbecue at the height it would be on the wheels, at least to start. Maybe we'll change that later. But let's go ahead. Oh, second time's a charm. And find the bottom. Let's go normal to that. I'm sketching on a plane. Grab the edge here. Nope, that one doesn't go down. What about this one? That'll work. And with that, now I can grab a center line here, the bottom of it. Okay. And now I'm going to grab my top plane. I'm going to build a plane off of that plane and grab that edge. I want it parallel to the top plane. And that is my floor. And it looks like I screwed up because I made it at the bottom of the wheel and there's like a tire body. Just going to be like another ½ inch or so, but just for the sake of it. There's a tire. That's what I wanted to sketch on. Let's roll this guy back. Where'd it go? Where's my wheel? Edit sketch. Delete that. Control 8. And grab our silhouette. What I'm trying to grab here is the silhouette of the edge, which if I was to look dead on, there is no actual edge. Oh, there was. That would have been a lot easier. But if you ever have like a spherical edge here and you want to grab the top of it, you can actually go, won't be able to grab. If there wasn't an edge, we couldn't, yeah. Anyways, didn't need to do that, but I'm not making sense here. Like this barbecue. See if I want to grab, is there an edge? No, there's not. Let me finish this sketch and then I'll show you what I thought I was talking about. You're stupid, Nelson. That. I do actually want that to be vertical. And let's make it this tangent. See if I broke my plane. Nope. That's my floor. Let's hide our tire again. And what I was trying to say, if I'm sketching on something normal, and I could just do an intersection curve, which I'll probably use later. But say I wanted where this barbecue breaks this plane, I could sketch on this plane and go normal to it, and I can actually grab the silhouette of an edge, which is never as easy to grab, but let's go convert. See that? I grab the silhouette of an edge. It'll say it right here in the entities. I'll actually be able to convert that. But there's no actual edge there to grab, but it's basically the same thing as an intersection curve without using the intersection curve tool, which has to be in a 3D sketch. Where that won't work is if the plane is, or I don't think, if the plane was going through this way, you would have to need the intersection curve. For instance, I'm really getting off base here. This is a lot more instruction than is needed. Let's move on. Guys don't care about that plane. But I've already started to, so I'll try and show you. This is what I mean. I'm bad at teaching, and this isn't about really teaching. This is more about talking what I'm going through, so bear with me. Reverse this offsets. Bring this down. There's a word for how it's intersecting this surface, and I forget what it's called. But you see how it only works if there's a silhouette to grab. This one, there is no silhouette. So in this case, if you wanted to get an edge where this plane crosses through the body, then you would use an intersection curve. Which I think we're going to need one eventually. Boom. But I can't remember where I thought about using it, so maybe we'll see it, maybe we won't. Let's go ahead and name this guy the ground. Okay, we got a barbecue, we got it centered on our planes. Let's go ahead and sketch a basic frame for our table, our work table. 3D sketch. Go ahead and start with that. I think I want corner rectangle. Sketch on this plane. Sketch on the ground. And let's fix this guy to go along the X. And this way to go along Z. Let's get some center lines on there. Get it centered up. What was I going to do? I want this line to be on the right plane, or the front plane, sorry. Normal, on plane. That's going to keep us centered. And let's do this edge a distance from. Did I get the plane? I did. Cool. Let's start with 15 inches and see how that looks. If we have enough gap here, and we might need to bump that a little bit bigger. Total table length, let's go with 50 for now. I think we're going to want probably 60. Let's start with 50. Let's see what 50 looks like. How wide do we want our table? I think probably 36. Control 5, get a top view. It's pretty big. Ooh, I went the wrong way. This is front to back. I want this lid to swivel to the back. So let's select, delete. Let's delete these. This one is going to go to 50, I think we said. And I want to get rid of this center line. It's locking it in that direction. I want to put it the other direction. This guy, we lock to the front, on plane, left side, because I am right-handed. It's going to be 15 inches from the edge. And total of, I think we said 36 looked kind of wide. Let's just see what 30 looks like. It looks pretty good. I want to turn this around just because I'm going to be working from the front. It's going to be pretty symmetric for today, but if we add some drawers on the next video, I might want to have the front be the front. So to do that, I'm going to exit my sketch real quick. I'm going to go over here to our Move Body Copy, edit this feature. Well, this video is going to be really long, isn't it? Sorry, guys. And I want, I think, this one to be reversed. That didn't do anything, did it? What if we did that to this one? I think that's what we want. Control 1. Boom. Okay. Let's go back to our sketch here. And let's make this construction, because we'll be building on top of that. This is just a frame. Let's grab some more construction lines and let's put a couple posts in here. It's all snapped to be up on the y-axis. These are all going to be equal lengths. Equal. Alright, cool. I'm spacing out what I'm actually doing here. Let's do a corner rectangle. Go from this guy to this guy. What just happened there? Let's see. Corner rectangle. Tab to change the plane that you're working in. There it is. Select construction, and like I said, this is going to be the top plane, so let's go ahead and pop that up there. Cool. We have a basic wireframe. I think we're going to want it longer, but let's start here for now. And let's add some posts. I made a lumber section for my weldments, and I think I'm going to have to make a couple more, so maybe I'll show you how to do that in the next video. But for now, I'll use the 2x4s that I've got in there. What's going on here? I want another 3D sketch. And the reason I'm putting a line on top of a line here is a little technique I have copied off of old design I found in our archive. It saves you a lot of trim. So the trim tool on weldments is really useful unless you have to trim 100, which we're definitely not going to have in this instance. It might even be easier to use a trim, but I don't like using the trim except for a couple here and there. So I do this to offset my sketches and I don't know, it just helps clean it up a bit. It's a little bit more work on the front end with the sketches, but like I said, if you end up with a lot of trims, I think it's easier. At least, I don't know, maybe I just have more experience working in sketching than I do on Weldment Tool, that it just feels easier. I'm rambling again. On Z, I like to add a bunch of relations to these guys. So if I do go back to change this one, so real quick, I want this guy to be along X, and this guy, I could have done X, but let's do Z. The reason I didn't fix that one there is if I want to come back in here and say I want this one to be offset, I can delete that relation, and now they all follow. Let's get that back on that edge, and let's get it back on the ground. Okay. I think, yes. So I want this cross member here Sorry, I'm thinking for a second and not talking again. What did I really want that offset for? See, now I'm feeling stupid. There's a reason I wanted to go past. I can't remember what. Oh, I know what it is. I'm going to sketch my cross member here. And that one has a thickness that's not running along the edge. So I want this one. We're currently using 2x4s, so I want this to go half of a 2x4 past it, so 3.5. And always, if I'm going to have to do a bunch of dimensions, I want them on as few corners as possible. Why? Oh, I didn't delete the other dimension that I created earlier. Boom, boom. Half of a 2x4 is 3.5 divided by 2. Inch and 7.5. Okay. And let's go ahead and hide our barbecue for now. We got it centered up where we think we want it. And we'll build a table and see what we think. So I know I said this was the top of the table, and it is currently. So I probably should have offset the bodies. I should have set this plane differently is what I'm trying to say, but I didn't. Let's just see how this works for now. So I can stop rambling. And here is where I'm going to save myself a bunch of trims by not going all the way to the edge or not going past here. And I'm going to make all of these equal to each other. So this guy is going to be equal to this guy. And likewise. And then this one straight across from this one. I think that's the Z direction, yes. X direction. And then this side is going to be coming off the width of the 2x4, which the width is 1.5, making that 7.5 would be half of that. And likewise, I want this one to equal this one. If I change it, it changes both. This side is coming off of the length of the 2x4, 3.5 inches divided by 2, and then this one will be the same in equaling this guy over here. So if I change this to, I think we're going to end up changing these vertical posts to 4x4s. I don't have that made right now for a profile. So I'm going to leave it 2x4s for now, and we will change that later. So let's go ahead and throw in some 2x4s weldments. Structural member. Lumber, beams, 2x4s. I have some 1x4s. I think we'll use those in a little bit. Let's start with our post. So the one little thing to remember if you're doing it my way, with the construction geometry, it doesn't let you select your sketch over the old sketch, so you got to hide one of them. Not saying this is the way you should do it. Like I said, this isn't a tutorial. This is just the way I do it. And that's why I do it. I want to rotate this guy 90 degrees, as well as the one or two needs to be rotated 90 degrees as well. And for our table, I'm going to ask you guys what you think. Should I keep this centered, or should I bump it out to the edge? Whoa, what happened there? This one is going to be equal to this one. There it is. I'll leave it as is for now, because I think I'm going to change it to 4x4s, but I don't know. So I could sketch a bunch more, but I know these next ones layer down, it's going to be exactly the same as the top, whatever I decide to do at the top, if it's going to be outside or inside. So what I'm going to do is a linear pattern, and that works fine in your cut list if you're curious whether you use another feature to make your body. It should recognize that it came off of pattern and add them up. We'll confirm that when we make this a drawing. Go ahead and select our direction. I'm going to feature the body itself, or pattern the body itself. These four guys. Two of those. And let's just throw in 30 inches. And then measure and see where they're at. Take a measurement. That is 3.34. That's a weird number. So I'm going to copy it, edit feature. So that'd be really weird to measure to later. And let's do this minus this plus that. And let's subtract. What do we actually want it to end up? 3.5 inches? I realize I probably do things a really weird way. If you see a better way for me to do things, go ahead and put them in the comments. But now we just ended up with 3.5 inches. Okay, so we have a basic frame. Let's add some slats down here. Let's hide these frames, these planes. Let's add some slats, then we'll put our barbecue back on, our butcher block top maybe. Let's go ahead and do the top. Sketch. To convert. No, don't need that sketch anymore. Let's hide that. Alright, we're going to sketch up on top. We're going to convert some entities. Oh gosh. Trim, churoo. And yes, you can definitely have probably easier to just do a rectangle, but like I said, sometimes I do things weird. And why I do them weird, I don't know. Alright, how far off should our table overhang? Half inch, inch and a half. Start with an inch and a half. And I want the base geometry to be construction. We're going to extrude a boss. Like a boss. Let's do, what do you think? Inch thick. My wife's texting me, I've got 5 minutes till dinner. Cheers. Whoa. Let's do 1 point. Well, if I bought this, yeah. Yeah, let's do an inch and a half for now. I don't know what nominal size board we could buy for butcher block top that I think I want. I think I want to buy a butcher block tabletop and just bolt it on, screw it on. Do not want to merge. Okay. Start making this look like a table. Let's throw some material on here. Some wood. What kind of wood should we use? Go cheap for now. You guys can let me know what I should use. It's going to be outside in the rain a lot. So I think probably more important though is going to be how I protect it. Maybe I could get a cover of some kind, but the wood should definitely still be sealed somehow. Sketch. Let's hide this top. Let's hit the top. Now I'm going to do some slats for the base, and I'm going to line them up with this edge. Trim, churoo. Sorry if that's getting annoying. Yeah, I know myself sometimes. Let's grab this edge, this edge. Okay, and let's offset this guy. Whoops. Control Z. Offset. It's a 1x4 slat that I am thinking, so 3.5 inches. I do not need to select a chain base geometry. I want to keep solid. And extend those. And do a linear sketch pattern across the X of this guy and this guy. Let's do 3.5, let's do 4 inches to start, so they give us a ½ inch gap. And see how that fills in here. Pretty dang close. 13 slats. What does 12 look like? Let's do 12. grab this edge here and fix it to this edge. I need to wrap this up real quick because my dinner is ready. Features, extrude, select. Okay. 1x4 is a 0.75 inches thick. And I think all that's left is, ooh, what happened there? That's gross. Sorry, I'm thinking in my head and not talking about it. We'll start talking in a second. I need to talk more. Right now I'm doing a little cutout for this end slat. Oh, come on. Trim, trim. Center line. Sorry, I'm rushing because I need to go eat. She's going to be mad if I don't come up. Mirror. About this line, I want this one and this one. Okay, and then I want those guys over here as well. Select, mirror. This guy, this guy. Across this. Okay. It's going to yell at me. Ooh, it's not going to be happy. I think that's it. Alright, I'm going to go eat and then I will come back here and put the barbecue back in. Ah. Alright, so we definitely need to shift that down and cut a hole for the barbecue, but I'm going to go eat. I will be right back. You are not going to see this gap. Alright, I am back. Sorry for the gap there. Where was I? Okay, right. So, clearly, my planning did not work out to have the tabletop be the top plane. But, not a big deal. What did I say? I wanted to... So, I kind of like the bottom of that being 3.5 inches up. But let's see how much I need to take off here. So this were to be the top plane, and if I want this to maintain the height of the current barbecue height, I need to measure that surface to the top plane is 3.25 inches. So I need to shorten this table by 3.25 inches. So I'm going to do that by there's probably an easier way to do this. I'm probably going to end up not doing this the easy way. Let's see if it blows up on me if I change a reference plane. So I'm going to start by grabbing the top plane, building a plane off of that plane that is 3.25 inches in the other direction. Okay. I'm going to move that plane way up to the beginning. And I'm going to grab my 3D reference sketch. Yeah, this should be fine. Show my top plane. One of these is on the top plane. No, it's not. I take that back. I need display, delete. I want to see my my stuff. That's the one I'm looking for. And there is the coincidence I'm trying to change. So I'm going to delete that one. And I'm going to... Should let me move it now. Yes. And let's put it on this new plane that I made. On plane. And that should make our life perfect. Boom, look at that. Top of the barbecue is the top of the table. So let's make that plane. Rename that. Tabletop. And let's put it next to the ground plane. Where is the ground? And I need to fix that because we wanted this to be 3.5 inches. I think it's currently going to be at 1/4 now because we moved it 3 1/4. So that was this linear pattern. We need to subtract 3 1/4, put it back at 3.5. Minus 3.25. Puts right there, 3.5 inches. Okay, here's our barbecue. I need to cut a hole in the top of the barbecue. And I'm going to do that by sketching on my tabletop plane. Oh, what the heck? Oh, that's not the tabletop. I want the top plane to be the tabletop. This is not the tabletop. So I named that incorrectly. I don't know what to name that. Top reference. Okay. Let's hide this plane. Let's sketch on this one. No, I think I want to sketch on the top plane. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling. I lost my place here. Let's hide all this junk. Let's hide this top reference. Once we're done with that, we're now going to sketch on the top plane. Let's go normal to that. And let's pretty much just hide all of this. Let's hide everything except for the barbecue. I want to be able to see what I'm sketching around. Don't need no wheels. I should just delete these because I really don't need them anymore. Okay, let's go back to the top. Am I in my sketch? I'm in my sketch. I want to use that silhouette edge that I was talking about earlier. I'm trying to wrap this video up, but we're getting close to an hour, and I don't want to keep you guys too long. Let's trim, true, and see if we get lucky that it follows looks like we are following. I'm going to go ahead and exaggerate that one a bit. Select. Let's grab this edge again. Nice silhouette edge. Ooh, I had it. And let's convert. Grab this other one. Got it. Trim, chiroo. This in here. If that gets annoying, let me know. And I will keep on doing it because it's stuck in my head. Okay. Let's go ahead and convert entities here. Grab a silhouette edge. There it is. I don't need this, or this. Ah, I went too far, didn't I? Let's see. There was just nothing there. There it is. And we got our shaded there because now we actually have an enclosed sketch. We're going to offset this real quick. How far do you think I should offset it? Let's see, let's start with ½ inch and see how that goes. How's that look? Let's try it. And if we hate it, we can adjust it pretty easily. What do you guys think I should do with this handle? Should I rip this off? Or should I keep it and just have it sit on top of the table? Or under tabletop? Should I make a cutout for it? What should I do about this handle? Should I get rid of it? Will that be a bad idea? I don't know. Let us. Oh, I really put it all in folders, didn't it? There they are. That's not what I want to do. I'm sorry. I kind of lost my flow here. I need to hide, show. I think that's everything I want to show. Okay. I have my sketch. I'm still in it, so I can go straight to my extruded cuts. Through all and selected bodies. It's that one. Ooh. So what you saw there, you know what you saw there. Let me go back to my sketch. And I did not make my base geometry construction, so I was cutting a thin wedge and leaving the body behind, which I do not want to do. I want it all gone. Extruded cut. Through all selected bodies, this one. There you have it. We have our barbecue here. Let me know in the comments if you think I should get more creative and start building in a cupboard or drawers, or should I move on to mounting the barbecue in here. I need to do a little bit of thought on that, a little bit of Pinterest investigation, research, whatever you want to call it, into how I want to mount my barbecue here, because I'm taking off my legs. So I'm not sure if I want to. Ideas, let me know in the comments what you think. If you made it this far, you deserve to have a say. Should I build my frame down from here and cut a lower hole here for this to sit on? Or should I build off the bottom of my tabletop and catch it under the lip? those are my two ideas I currently have. I think I want to do drawers. If you have suggestions for how I should build that, I don't know how you would get that information to me other than typing it in the comments. I don't have this set up. I want to figure out how we can collaborate on this type of stuff. I think that would be kind of fun. Let me know if you have ideas on that. I know no one's watching anymore, so I'm sorry. Yes, that is it. That is my first YouTube video. Welcome. Thank you for watching. You guys are awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to back this up and do a new closing. Anyways, that is my first YouTube video. Here is a basic barbecue table for a Weber. On the next video, I'm probably going to start building in drawers or a cupboard of some kind, and I'll probably swap these out for 4x4s. Let me know if you have comments, suggestions in the comments. I'm going to go because I'm rambling. I don't know how to end this. I clearly do not know how to end a video. Be a typical YouTuber and say, check out my links in the description. I don't have any links in the description yet. Thank you. Bye.